Hello, once again, dear viewers, and welcome back to another Moonflower Tarot reading. And today I'm going to be looking into messages from your higher self, from the universe and spirit, to see where your heart might be leading you at this point in your life, what direction you feel most called to, any guidance and confirmation that comes through from your higher self or source, and any way that you can resolve issues that might be coming up in your life. But we're really going to be taking a look at where your heart and soul is calling you most, whether it is a career change, whether it's a relationship, or just good news coming in. I'm really keeping it open as this is a collective reading and it's general and timeless. Whenever you click on this, if it resonates with you, it's meant to find you and you're meant to hear these words at this time, or whenever you're ready to get messages or receive messages about moving on from a situation that might be happening at this point in your life. These messages are coming through to guide you, and you really should listen to your heart. I will be linking any songs I channel in the description below. And the first song that came out that is pretty much the overarching vibe or energy of this reading is Be True to Your Heart by 98 Degrees, I think. I'll link it in the description below. It basically was from the original Mulan soundtrack. And it's just about following your intuition, the map of your heart, where your soul is leading you right now. And during this time, divine timing is showing you the way and almost asking you to slow down. One of the biggest messages that's coming through is just above all else, be true to you and just stay the course that you've been going on. Now, some of these messages might be finding you at a rough or difficult time in your life. And I think that's okay. If you're going through that right now, I just want to say that you are going to be healing through this. You're going to be breaking through. So this is going to be good news for you. And one of the other signs and synchronicities I felt when channeling, like very strongly, I'm actually wondering if some of you are breaking through with a lot of clairvoyant, claircognizant, or different sort of gifts right now. If spiritual gifts are breaking through, then this is also confirmation for you that you're listening to this and you're here for a good reason. But I was very strongly, vividly tasting cherries, like cherry pie, but like the type of cherries you put in cocktails, and the color cherry red. Like I could taste it in my mouth. Like I was straight up drinking it's straight from the can. So if you either like that flavor or that means something to you. I also saw an image of someone with a nail polish that had like cherries on it, or like acrylic nails with cherries. That might be a significant symbol or synchronicity for some of you, or it might be just asking you to tap into a little more of your divine feminine root chakra. If you're doing some root chakra healing, wearing the color red or wearing any sort of like nail polish, like getting your nails done, anything that taps you into your divine feminine energy. I actually ended up doing that the other day. I was really feeling low and my spirit guide said, you should probably give yourself a makeover. And I really wasn't doing anything. I was just having a weekend in, but they were like, have a spa day. And immediately after I got myself dolled up, I wore something nice. I put on nice smelling lotion and I sat down and I felt like a princess. I felt so good. And it doesn't matter what your gender is. Like I'm hearing some of you, if you identify as a male, like manscaping, like, whatever that means to you. But I just saw an image of someone like trimming their beard to a certain length, and just give yourself a glow up, give yourself a day like where you're just washing your face and you're just wearing your best clothes, just to have a sit down with yourself and give yourself that almost like dinner date. Like treat yourself in that way. And now I'm now I'm seeing a man putting on a suit, but it's like purple, and it's so yeah. definitely like have a glow up just for you. Like have a spa day just for you. Like I didn't use any money. I just stayed in and I just treated myself, like have a nice long shower, you know, get yourself all dolled up for you. And that's a message that's coming through very clearly. And that will help you tune into your heart. Whether you define yourself as male or female, your divine masculine and feminine do deserve that from you. So take care of yourself. And then you can tune into your heart. Some of you are going into a new chapter of your life, and Spirit's telling you to be come at it with new eyes. He said footloose and fancy free. I think that's a song. Moving right along. Okay, that is a song from the Muppets. There's a lot of music coming through, so bear with me. And I'm just going to put it in the description below for you to vibe with, because that's a form of energy healing, is just tuning into music, whether you want to or don't. I'm being distracted. Hold on. So another like message that's coming through right away is the song Orinoco Flow by Enya. And I was hearing sail away, sail away, sail away. You're moving on to the next part of your life, but very smoothly. The more you tap into that divine feminine empress mode of flow, the easier it's going to come to you, because you can always like set things into motion and act upon your masculine. I mean, if you're more male dominant, like I was I was very much, let me just say, I do identify as female, but I am very male dominant in my uh spirit. I'm more of a spiritual aspect of the male, where I am all do and no flow, and it's not easy to balance both. In a lot of ways, it's easy in this world to get caught up in that hot and cold energy of you're either one or the other. But when you're in a sense of pure balance and flow, you can easily kind of just know when to sit back. And in a sense, taking a day to take care of yourself is in itself an action, and it's kind of right down the middle. It's giving to yourself what you give to others. And being in a state of giving to yourself what you give to others will make it easier for any outside spiritual energy to flow to you, whether you're manifesting something and you're putting it into motion and you're waiting for the rest of the world to align with you. It's just something that you might need to continue to adapt in your spirit by getting in that mentality of just sitting and receiving and waiting and patience. And that's one of the things I feel like your heart might have been leading you in that direction. And this is confirmation for you that it is okay to sit back and put yourself in that mindset. Because yeah, there might be some of you who identify as male who needed to hear that and needed confirmation, because it's just about taking care of yourself in the way you would others, and just giving yourself a treat, retreating, going into the mountains in a log cabin and just taking a relaxing afternoon or weekend to yourself. If you have access to that, it's like even in a weird way, playing sports is actually very good for you. If some of you do play sports, if some of you play hockey, um, if some of you are kind of get your energy out in that way, that's also a way for you in a really strange way to take care of yourself. Um, Archangel Sandalphon is coming through to you. If whether you work with her or not, or the angels, she is actually saying she wants you to tap into her energy, because she can help you align with a divine feminine state of being, and just tune into her, channel her, meditate. She does want to actually bestow her blessings on this reading. So let me just tell you, you have a lot of angelic guidance around you as well. And there's almost this fear of, you might feel like you're meandering through life not knowing what to do, but in a sense, your heart knows the way, maybe more than your logical mind might. And it heals as you do. So there's going to be a lot of heart healing. And the more you heal your heart, I mean, it goes without saying, you're just going to be able to listen to it more. In the past, you might not have been able to trust your heart. But I'm going to get a sense of where your heart is leading you now. If there's any confirmation you need, it's leading you away from things that no longer align with you. there's this sense of divine justice actually over you. I just heard the phrase overruled. If any of you are either trying to cast judgment or someone's casting judgment, okay, someone might be casting judgment over you about choices you've made and you kind of know it. The universe is basically not saying overruled to you, but to the ones who are like making an argument against you. So just know that you're safe. If you stick true to your heart and your ambitions, you're going to be okay. But there's this sense of you're walking away from disappointment. Something happened in the past that really wasn't for you, but you kind of had to stick around it for a while, and you are moving on from it. And in a very strange way, it's almost clearing from you by default. I'm hearing some of you have ancestors with you as well. If you've been doing ancestral work or working on your family lineage as far as karmic baggage, or just looking backwards into your history, then that is going to be coming through to you. That's going to come back to you. Spirit just said the phrase comedic timing. So there might be something happening in your life in proverbial comedic timing, which is to say something that you had set in motion. It's like planning and payoff. So if you think of comedic timing, it's like the perfect way to get a joke to land and for people to laugh. You have to kind of set something up in order for it to be timed in a comedic way. So God is sort of like implying that something that you set in motion is going to pay off in a really funny way, and it's going to make you feel happy. So there's like this weird, it's also divine timing, like it's supposed to land when it's supposed to land. So whatever this judgment was, either against you on your behalf or on your part, it's going to kind of pay off in a weird but almost hilarious way. Now I'm seeing an image of like a pop-up carnival or circus in a parking lot. And okay, that actually, it's funny. Let me give you an anecdote. Let me spin you a tale. I was working at a job one time of quite a while ago. It's literally like maybe 9 years ago. And um, all of a sudden, I noticed there were a bunch of trucks in the parking lot. And the next day, my manager's like, okay, so there's a circus here in our parking lot, and they're setting up, and we got like tickets to go. But it's just like all of a sudden, there was just this traveling carnival with games and rides and a Ferris wheel in the parking lot of the place I worked. And we got discount tickets to go there. And that was a lot of fun. And it's like, well, when the opportunity strikes, of course I'm going to take advantage of that. So it's sort of like the carnival is here for you. It's popping up out of nowhere, but when it's here, you're just going to know that it's like, oh, this is literally something I knew was going to happen and set in motion, but you almost cannot anticipate the way it does. And if yeah, I'm hearing the jokes on you now. If someone made a joke at your expense, it's going to be like planning and payoff. Yeah, okay. So Spirit's like, there's a laugh track around you. So if someone tried to throw a pie in your face, all of a sudden it's just going to be like boomeranging back at them. That's kind of what I'm feeling. And I think you might know it's going to blow up in your face. Like this is something you're kind of expecting, and it's so interesting. Like you knew you had to walk away from something. You know that there's going to be some sort of justice coming in. You just don't know how or when. But let me just say, it's going to pay off in a very weirdly cathartic and almost like energizing way. Because we look at this Page of Wands. Because I'm hearing Prince of Wands. Yeah, this is like very happy-go-lucky, young, almost naive energy. And that's sort of like overall what's going to happen. And I'm hearing you, for some of you, what I'm saying might verbatim happen. So get back to me in the comments, like if this does happen, if you have your carnival in the parking lot moment and something like that happens, let me know, because that would be interesting to hear. So if that does actually happen, where else is okay? I think some of you, they're clearing karmic baggage to lead you to either a soulmate, twin flame, or a job, because I'm also getting a little bit of collaboration. Like, I'm gonna get actually a clarifier card for what this. Oh well, no, it's both. There is some sort of, this is both like work life balance. It's job career. It's in the material aspect of your life, which does also pertain to relationships. You are going through this transition process, and I think you know it's been happening. You've gone through it. I'm hearing for a few weeks. You have been receiving messages that this is kind of a state you're in. You're transitioning from one phase of your life to another, and your heart is asking you to make more conscious decisions about what it is you truly desire and what's truly meant for you, and to just keep that in mind, and also to be very open-minded and almost jovial in your life experience, like seeing the humility but also the humanity in being this like court jester mindset of just keeping people in line, or the riffraff, the kings and queens in line, but having a sense of like compassion and levity to it, if that makes sense. You are this almost grand court gesture who is very happy, has this sweet, loving energy and presence to you that might have been like maybe mistreated. Maybe you've been going through a lot of it. You've been stuck in the mud for a while, and your heart is leaning in the right direction. It might be slowly, but it's going to happen in its own time and in a way where you're just going to be almost catapulted into this balance of divine masculine and feminine energies, just because it's like the something is going to happen that is going to be like this weird divine comedic joke, and you're going to be like so excited that you are inevitably going to be just like breaking through something. I don't know how else to describe it. Only you will know, and when you see it you will know. I feel like a rocket ship being launched. It's like all of a sudden you were no go for so many years. It's like you kept canceling this launch, and then all of a sudden the weather's perfect. Something happened in the control booth. Like all systems are go. You got the fuel, and this fuel is going to be like something happening out of nowhere to almost propel you. This feels like, I'm surprised the judgment card didn't come up, because this feels like this divine intervention. Like the angels are so there for you and almost mad on your behalf that they are like launching you and catapulting you into the next phase of your life, and you might know that that's happening. So I don't see that there's much more than you can do than continue to be true to who you are and what you want in life, and just enjoy the time that you have here in this stage of your life. Like you are passing through. I'm hearing I believe it's the Eagle song, Take It Easy. You may lose or you may win, but you'll never be this way again. So it's like, as you cruise through life, just allow things to unfold, allow things to happen naturally, because there might be a time and place where you'll miss almost like the slow dreaming era of your life. But when it leaves you, you're gonna kind of almost like miss it. And that's perfectly normal. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's when we're manifesting life in life, or we're manifesting something new, or even when we're trying to reach a goal, there are always sacrifices that are made to achieve what we want most. It's like if you want to start a family, you're probably going to sacrifice a lot of the like luxuries you had when you were single or before you were a parent. You're probably going to be more occupied with raising your kids. You're not going to be able to go with friends as much, but because you wanted that, you are basically trading one thing for another, and it is always worth it. It's just kind of adapting to a new way of being. And then when those kids leave, you're readapting and like kind of evolving as a person. I mean, that's just a natural flow of life. And when we think about bigger manifestations, the other song that came up actually was Home by, I think, Chris Daughtry. Be careful what you wish for. You just might get it all, and then some you don't want. And a lot of that song kind of is about stepping into fame. It's something you really wanted. You got what you wished for, but you kind of miss home because that's something you might have sacrificed if you were to choose a more like in the public eye path. But that's just an example. It might be true for some of you, but it's kind of this example of the things we leave behind when we were moving on with our life, and some of it we might miss, and we can kind of go back to it if we want to if it's good for us. But just know that as long as you are moving in the direction that you feel is most aligned with you, it doesn't matter where you go. But just know that it's okay to kind of miss what you had before. It's normal, because you kind of loved it in a way. In some ways you didn't. You're going to not miss a lot of parts of it, but it's just like, well, I kind of miss being with my family or being with friends or twerking in the club. Whoa, okay. Okay, whoa. Yeah, I don't think you can do that if you're starting a family. I mean, maybe you're a cool parent. Sorry, I didn't mean. So, excuse me. So no judgment on that, by the way. You do you. Like you can still do that even if you have a kid. There's nothing stopping you. Just make sure the kid has a babysitter. Whoa, okay. Where else is your heart leading you to right now? Or no, this is the advice cards. Excuse me, we're getting back on track. What is the advice that Spirit has for you? We got the giggles. I'm hearing some of you are putting on your crown. Okay, yeah, no, you're wearing a crown now. Because, yeah, that's interesting. So I got Billie Eilish's You Should See Me in a Crown. So there's a little bit of like dark, you might have a very strong dark energy or dark feminine energy, which is not toxic. When you within reason, dark feminine energy is a very good. It's sort of like the mama hen side, or let me just okay. So dark feminine energy usually appears to me or is personified by like black cats. Because when you think about cats, and I think it's a more of a specific thing for me of how I identify with black cats. That is my feminine energy is a black cat. With cats, it's sort of like this thing of they will approach you when they feel comfortable and safe. But unless you understand the language of a cat and you try to force yourself like to or force an interaction, they're not going to be nice. They're not going to let you pet them. They're not going to want you near them. So there's that catty claw energy that you might imbibe, but not in a bad way, because when you take the time to allow yourself to receive the energy, that black cat will just come to you. They'll sit in your lap. They'll know that you're safe. They'll know that you're not trying to pursue them because you're letting them know you're not a threat and you understand like what they are in a sense that works on a shadow level. If any of you understand cats, this might be going over your head, but just bear with me. When you understand the language of your shadow, it just kind of sits with you peacefully. And you, in a sense, it's sort of like Queen of Wands and the strength energy of you're taming that shadow. Some of you might have a prominent Lilith placement in your natal chart, whether you know it or not, or Black Lilith, the placement between the earth and the moon, a shadow aspect of the dark feminine. And maybe some of you might need to look up like which sign and house your was it the Black Lilith sign falls in. Bear with me. I feel like my crown is being blocked and my third eye is being blocked. I kind of got this weird, like, spiritual distortion all of a sudden. But dark feminine energy is not bad. Like, there's a vibe here. So you're going to be stepping into both divine feminine and masculine energies as well, which keeps all that in balance. So the advice I think Spirit has for you is don't fall too far into this, like the mean girl energy of the dark feminine. Because it's like, if you ever seen the movie Mean Girls, or not Mean Girls 2, but if you see Mean Girls 2 as well, or the musical, like Regina and Janice kind of had the toxic dark feminine, which is the almost coming from a place of needing power and control and dominance over the feminine, which is also kind of a masculine trait in a way. But it comes out, and especially with Janice, it's the weird cattiness energy of revenge and like kind of Carrie. Like, yeah, so the end of Carrie where she's dumped with sorry if you haven't seen the movie or read the book and you're triggered by this, but pig's blood, basically, I think that's fair. I can fly with that. Yeah. Okay. So it's not to go into the mean bullying territory. It's going into that. I'm hearing Princess Leia energy in a way that actually kind of is an example of dark feminine in a very divine way. If some of you understand what I mean by that, that's for you. If you don't, it's fine. What Spirit is asking for you to do is seek justice, not revenge. And you don't always have to be right. Actually, this quote came up like the other day for me. It's better to be happy than right, or would you rather be happy than right? And I think exacting revenge out on someone who's kind of in a way dethroned you is not, it's not actually good. It's not your best bet, because that karma inevitably will come back on you, and it's not going to be good, because if they're going to be getting like their just desserts and justice is going to be served, you don't want to be clowning with them. You don't want the pie to come to your face too, apparently. And yeah, I mean, don't do, I think that's that's exactly what I'm being told. Like, don't go that direction. I apologize if I'm kind of floundering and meandering around this, but I literally feel like my third eye is just, there's this veil on it. Like someone put their thumb on it and it's like, nope, you can't see me. Because I feel like this pressure on my third eye, there might be some good news coming through to you that Spirit doesn't want you to know as well. There also might be people who are giving you the evil eye. If you, because now I'm seeing some of you might actually be or had been in a coven or currently are with a group of fellow spellcasters and witches who might have scorned you, or someone in the group was not nice and you don't know who it is. Okay, so if you identify with that and you align with that, Spirit has good news for you. Okay. I'm going to put this through in words, and it's not going to make sense to a lot of you. It's only going to resonate with a few of you. What has been reaped will also be sown too. Don't put away the sides. Cast out a sickle before it's fully grown. On the night of the next full moon, justice is coming for you. So yeah, it feels like there's being... Yeah. Okay. So there feels like someone has been betrayed in a weird way by a fellow sister. If you are in a coven or a group of people, this is very specific. So let me see if it comes through, because some of you might not want to know this or can't know this, or you being blocked from knowing someone among you and your group, what they are doing to you. If someone has cast the evil eye on you, I'm casting away doubt. This has nothing to do with you, but everything to do with them and their jealousy. And whatever rage is coming your way, just know that I'm disclosing this now to warn you not to take action against them. Like, don't. Like, put all your grievances back to the universe. Don't burn your wicker man at the altar. Take a deep breath and sit in knee-deep water and meditate. And I'm seeing an image of a witch, or someone dressed in all black and wearing a witch's cap, sitting cross-legged in water and meditating or praying. If you identify as a priest or a high priestess, just let me know. If you want any readings or advice or leave in the comments below if you need any advice on spiritual healing or just needing some help through this time. I'm hearing some of you need divine confidence. You might get that here. There's also other playlists. There's a playlist on this channel about self-love and healing if you need to look at that. But one of the biggest things that Spirit is advising you to do is stay focused on you, clear on your trajectory and what you want in life. Because the more you set your intentions and you're focused on yourself, the less you're going to be distracted by the people around you. The last thing you want to do is mirror back a spell that was put on you. So if you've been going through that, and this is very specific for you, please do not cast a spell upon the caster. Be very clear in your intentions of what you want, but make sure that it is really just you. Excuse me one moment. Hi, so I think I'm going to leave this reading here. I feel like I'm very blocked and I can't really channel anymore. So what I'm going to say to you is, don't worry, you're going to be okay. I know you're going to get through this, and I appreciate you joining me on this special journey of light and love. And I pray for you that you release these tensions, you release these old shadows and wounds. And I pray that my words have found you during a time you need it most, and they help you through this journey of your life. And again, as I mentioned, I will link any song I receive in the description below. And hopefully it helps you align your energy or just tap into a side of you that needs to be either controlled or looked into more. So with that, I wish you the very best of luck, a lot of love, and I will see you in another reading.